Welcome back, everyone! This is Geronitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1710. Today we are starting on episode 27, and today we are going to be making some changes and upgrades. Specifically, I need to do something about our coal supply. The supply of coal that I have versus the amount that these steam dynamos burn through to keep the ender quarry going, yeah, there's a bit of a problem there. Yeah, I burn through much more than I am generating at this point as far as, the actual mining goes. The mining is putting up so much, but we are definitely burning through the coal faster. Now, I can use my nether farm, my wither skeleton farm, to get more coal, and I can do that, but there's two things that are wrong with doing that. One, I have to keep walking back and forth to the nether, okay, and I don't want to do that. The second thing that is wrong with that is that, strangely enough, I'm actually using up a lot of the coal that I would rather keep and use for other purposes. So the coal that is burning in the nether is not going to continue to do so. Now, I have made some extra zombie generators and an extra vat, and that is how we're going to do that. We're going to go to the nether, we're going to change out the Stirling generators that are burning coal, and we're going to switch them out for zombie generators that are going to use nutrient distillation. All right. So, but before we do that, that's fine. That's to get the coal generating more. But to stop walking back and forth, that's going to be the big thing. Okay, to do that, we're going to be using Java. Java is the barrel makers. Okay, we're going to be making barrel upgrades in order to make it so that we don't have to walk back and forth as much. And we should be able to do this. Oops, forgot the barrels. Fairly simply, barrels, 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 barrels. There we go. I'm going to need, yeah, 8 should be right. Let's see, grab some iron. All right, so we're going to be getting some barrels, and we're going to be doing some upgrades. Now, when you're upgrading barrels, barrels by default come with a single. Actually, I'm sorry. They come out with no upgrade slots. As you see right here, it says structural level 0, upgrade slots 0. Okay. When you go to upgrade these things, you need to give them slots. Okay. So structural Mark 1 upgrade is going to give it 1 slot. Okay. We are going to need 2 slots for what I have planned. So therefore, we're going to need to make the upgrade 1 and the upgrade 2. Okay, now it says slots provided 3. It's not 3 that it adds 3 more. So when you upgrade 1 and then 2, you don't have 4 slots. It's telling you the total slots that will be there once you have made all of the upgrades. So let's go ahead and, oops, forgot planks. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and make 8 level 1 upgrades and 8 level 2 upgrades. Oh, wow, really? That worked out nicely. Alright, now we want to go ahead and upgrade these barrels so that they can have more structural upgrades. So let's go ahead and place some of these down. And as you can see, it shows you that they have structural upgrades. It changes the color of the barrel slightly, but you can't actually see the upgrades on it unless you hold shift or are looking at it with other upgrades. So when you upgrade these, you have to hold shift and right click, because if you just normally right click, it'll just put the stuff in there as barrels normally do. So shift right click. Now if we hold shift and we look at the information, it says that we have 3 out of 3 upgrade slots available. Alright, cool. So what are we going to be making? Well, we're going to be making these barrels connect to each other. Okay, and we're going to be doing that with the B space upgrade. Okay, this uses 2 upgrade slots, and we're going to go ahead and make a couple of these. Let's see, we're going to need some pistons and some ender chests. Okay, ender chests are going to require obsidian, blaze rods, wool, a chest, and ender pearls. Ooh, actually remembered most of that setup. So let's see, mob drops, ender pearls. Ooh, 4 and okay, we're not gonna have enough. Well, we can at least do 1 for starters, and then I'll have to take a quick break and go get more. Mob drops, gonna need wool. What else did I say? Chests, wool, obsidian, ender pearl. Oh, the chests. Chests. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and make a couple of ender chests. Oh wow, exactly 2. That's wonderful. Well, we'll be able to make one of these setups, and then I'll have to do some mining to get the rest. Let's see, we're going to need 4 pistons. We didn't have enough pistons either. I just don't have anything ready now, do I? Oh, nope, we already did that. So let's see. Let's look back up if I can type. And we can go ahead and make the B space upgrade. Did we just... Uh-oh. We may have just locked down. Let's give it a second. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, okay. It was having a hard time because the recipe is calling for different colored ender chests, and we're just using normal ender chests, so it must have taken it a second to catch that. That's fine. Let's put this stuff off to the side for the moment. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and shift right click these on here, and that is going to give them the upgrade for that. We're also going to need the B-Space tuning fork. Only need one of them. And it's a good thing, too, because I couldn't really afford them anymore. Alright, so now, as you can see here in the bottom left corner, it shows the Ender Pearl, which shows it's got the B-Space upgrade. Up here, it's got the same number of upgrades. Now, in order to tune these together, you have to have the same number of upgrades. It has to be the same type of barrel, and it has to have nothing in it. Well, actually, I don't think you can have anything in it when you tune it. But anyway, if you shift right-click, it says that the fork starts resonating. Now, as you look here, the tuning fork has a damage bar, and the damage bar is starting to count down. Okay, with the damage bar counting down, basically if it reaches the bottom of it, then you lose your chance to tune the barrel. Okay, so what you have is a barrel that no longer is going to be tunable. So that basically gives you a countdown to where you can tune them. So as long as you tune them in between that, you should be good to go. All right, so now that we have that part done, it shows down here that this is now a B-Space barrel. It's showing that it is tuned to another barrel. Alright, so obviously we don't want these here, so let's go ahead and move them. And actually, let's see, we're going to need... Do I have any here? Yes. Sweet. Now, just as an example as to how this is going to work, we're going to go ahead and put some nether wart in this barrel. And as you can see, it showed up in the other barrel as well. And when you lock one, it locks the other. So let's go ahead and move this barrel. Let's get stuck on the door. I'm going to put this barrel out here because this barrel is going to be holding our nether wart. I'm going to add nether wart to this farm out here. That way the nether wart will be automatically harvested. Okay, and then we'll be planting and harvesting nether wart, and then it will wind up in the barrel here. Then we can put the other barrel all the way out in the nether, and we should be able to see that function. Now, if you look right here, it shows nether wart here, and if you can see through there, it shows nether wart over there. When I come over here and take some out of here, it is now going to show nothing over there. So it's going to keep track for me as to which has what. Alright, so let's see. Let's grab this up, and let's see. Do I need anything else? Let me take that over there so I don't have to worry about that. Do I need anything else with me on my trip to the nether? I don't think so. So let's go ahead. We'll go over to the nether. We'll set this up. Oh, by the way, all my waypoints disappeared, so I've lost my hungry node. So, yay! I'll actually wind up going out and finding it again. I'll use the my previously recorded episodes because I'll have the coordinates showing on screen there, so that will be very helpful to do. But they just disappeared. It happens sometimes. I don't know why is that guy here. Get lost. Nothing has spawned down here for like the last ever. Why is there all of a sudden stuff down here? Wow, not just one thing either, like a bunch of them. Y'all are going to be in the way, and that's not acceptable. Thank you. Alright, so now that we have that gone, we can go ahead and break this barrel out of here. And grab all this stuff. And now we can grab the B-Space barrel off the dolly. By the way, you can't break the B-Space barrels. If you break it, it just drops all of its contents. So don't worry about trying to do that. But doing it this way is much more efficient. Alright, so now that we have that B-Space there, let's go ahead and... Ah, crap. I really did not mean to break that. Will it reform, or will I need to go get more water buckets? No, good, it reformed. Excellent. Alright, so let's go ahead and add the fluid transport pipe here. Okay, when it reformed, it lost its ability to auto output. That's okay, I can fix that. Shift right click. Thank you. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the secondary vat now. And the vat should be filling with water, and we are good to go. Let's see, let's hook the power over to it. And that should be good. Alright, so now that we have that set up, what we want to do next is we want to allow this thing to auto input from the side over here. And therefore it's now getting nether wart. The other thing we want to do is we want to get the wither skeleton skulls. Well, you know, actually, I don't think that I'm going to generate enough. My original intention was to just B-space this barrel and then the barrel on this side. That way these would stay together and would use only the skeleton skulls. But by using this much nutrient distillation, I probably will not be producing enough of the normal skulls to do it. So we're going to steal the wither skeleton skulls and let them be part of this for the moment. Alright, we're going to put that there, and we should be able to go ahead and, let's see. Oh, I forgot item conduits. Unfortunate, but that's okay. We'll just get this part set up, and we'll come back once I have the rest of my stuff together, and we'll finish setting this up. Nope. There we go, pull. Alright, so now this is going to go ahead and start making nutrient distillation. Alright, so over here, what I'm going to want to do is go ahead and steal the stuff out of here. Each of these no longer needs to have this stuff in it because we're not going to run them anymore. This is coal that doesn't really need to burn. I can instead just use the stuff that I have already. So let's see. We're going to go ahead. Oh, wait, maybe I don't need item conduits. I'm going to steal these. Yeah, because I don't need item conduits running over here anymore. They're not necessary. Alright, so without those and that, that's going to be good. Alright, so now we should hopefully be able to run this without any troubles. We're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which should be basically the same power output as these Stirling generators we're making. And these things are not stacking because they have different levels of power, but that's fine. I'll deal with that in just a second. So, next thing we're going to want to do is hook fluid conduit. Let's see. We got fluid conduit there. Let's go ahead and run the fluid conduit over from here. Whoops, no. There. And that should be good. So now what we need to do is order this to be, let's see, electric fluid is going to be extract, always active. Same with this one. Over here it's on fluid, extract, always active. So now this should get these filled up. It's going to drain these things completely probably. Yep, completely drained, but that's okay. They're making more, so we can do that. And now we should be able to go ahead and run the power line back, since I took it up earlier. Power. Alright, that's running up and over to there, also down to here, and to there. So yeah, that should be good to go. So now we are basically powering everything through the zombie generators, and we're no longer using the coal to do so. And it's probably going to take a minute for this to all build back up. Alright, cool. So, since I'm here in the nether, I'm going to take a minute to go ahead and go hunt some blazes. We'll hunt some blazes, then I'll hunt some more endermen back in the overworld, and I'll meet you back at the base where we're going to get the rest of this stuff set up. Alrighty, we're back over here, and we're replacing some barrels. That's that one. Take that to there. This goes to there. And that means that that one can go over here, and this one goes to there. Excellent. So get these out of the way. Actually, we'll just break this. No big deal. And there we go with that. And there we go with that. So now we have B-space barrels here for all of these, okay? Now, the reason I B-spaced these skulls and the Wither Skeleton skulls is because I want to be able to look in on how this place is doing without actually coming to this place, okay? I don't really want to have to do that. And actually, while I'm here, let's take this home with me, because that will go wonders. That will do wonders as far as going there goes. All right, so let's see. I should have some of this stuff handy anyway, but since I'm not going to be coming back to do any harvesting of this stuff, we'll just go ahead and take it with us. That should be more than enough to be able to go ahead and get this going, which, by the way, I already dropped the coal B-space barrel up here. So now, 1364.19, 13 stacks, 1364.19, 13 stacks plus 19 should be there. By the time we get back, it should be higher, and we'll be able to check it back over at the main base. There we go. Excellent. So we should be able to keep an eye on these and see how things are looking over there. Plus, we'll have access to the stuff on this side without having to go over there and get it. So let's go ahead and grab some of this real quick. And we'll go ahead and do the change over here real quick, because I need to change this. Now let's see. It's going to be right underneath I'm going to have to take you up for just a second. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's see. We're going to make this corner the nether wart because I feel like it. So that's going to be the black corner. The black corner is going to get changed for nether wart. We're going to give this thing nether wart to plant. And then the 9 blocks over here in the corner are going to be changed into soul sand so that the stuff can be planted on it. And this should work. I don't think it's going to cause any issues. We'll know here in just a second, because soul sand, the nether wart will start showing up on the soul sand. Oh yeah, there we go. Sweet. Alright, so now we should be getting that no problem. And yeah, let's see, put the Agar Carnation back. Whoops, not soul sand. Pfft, that ain't gonna work. Dirt. Agar Carnation. Alright, so now we should have automatically growing and harvesting nether wart that will then wind up in the nether wart. Why is there a hole here? Oh, must have been checking on that at some point. Anyway, so now we should have that going over to here, and this will automatically be taken to be put in the other. Now, we might have a problem here. This chest might be too close. Because the pipe underneath it, each inventory is just as close as the other. The nether wart will probably have a chance of going into the diamond chest just as much as it has a chance of going in over here. Let's see. Is the Agar Carnation not working on the nether wart? I don't see any particle effects. Oh, okay, there it went. No big deal. Alright, good. So, anyway, that takes care of that part. So now, basically, we can see if we are getting more skulls or less skulls, and we have access to the coal that we can then go ahead and put in our ender quarry and in the dynamos for the ender quarry, however you want to look at that. And now that should be able to be done without going to the nether to visit. So awesome. That just saved us having to transport back and forth to another dimension in order to accomplish things. So that should be good. Wait a minute. One of these goes back in my pouch here. Alright, awesome. So next thing we're going to do, you know, I think I have finally had enough of the creepers. Yep, I think it's done. They've bothered me, and they've annoyed me, and they've bothered me. And now, oh, wait a minute, how much do I have here? Oh, I still have 94 buckets of this stuff. Wow, that's actually kind of impressive. Here, stay there and be a full drum of reserve. This thing's going to run forever just on that little bit that I have made. That's amazingly awesome. Sweet. All right, so creepers. You know what? It's not just the creepers, but we're going to deal with all of them. But the creepers are the reason I'm going to do this. Because we have the ability to, we are now going to make a magnum torch. Okay? Magnum torch is a really cool thing from extra utilities, and it requires the QED to make. Alright, the QED is going to make the Magnum Torch along with a potion of healing, a potion of regeneration, 5 chandeliers, and any logs, okay? Chandeliers are simply gold, diamonds, and torches. So now that we have this, we should have plenty of gold. Excellent. Let's grab some diamonds. Excellent. And ironically enough, I don't have any torches, but hey, look, I've got plenty of coal to make torches. Haha, thank you. Let's just go ahead and make... That should be plenty. And now we should be able to go ahead and make the chandeliers. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make 2 Magnum torches because I don't want to have to deal with mobs. For when I do visit the Nether, I don't want to have to deal with them there either. Alright, so that means that the only other thing that I am going to need is some potions. For the potions, oh thank God I still have a blaze rod handy. It would have been hilarious if I used all the extra blaze rods I got and therefore not been able to do the what I want to do here. That'd be hilarious. We're going to need a brewing stand so that we can make some potions. And let's see. We're going to go ahead and just toss this down. Right there seems like a good enough place. We should have some empty bottles in the miscellaneous junk area. Excellent. And now we need... You know, I have all these fancy water supplies, but I actually don't have a place that I can actually just go right-click to get water without having to, like, dig up something. Let's fix that real quick. Machines. Ah, sweet. I have 1 extra drum. Let's put this. Make this the water barrel. Booyah. Excellent. Alright, so now we should be able to go ahead and make some potions. Let's see. 3 water bottles. We're going to need regeneration 2, and we're going to need instant health 2. So we're going to need 2 pieces of nether wart. And we'll let this brew. Give me just a second. Which, by the way, in case anybody needs to know, the potion of instant health 2 is glowstone added to a potion of instant health. Instant health is a glistering melon into an awkward potion, and the awkward potion is, of course, the water bottle and nether wart. And then the and the glistering melon is just a melon surrounded by gold nuggets. So give me just a second to get these potions ready, and then we're going to play with some Magnum torches. Alright, got some potions, got some wood, got some stuff, and the Magnum torch is making. Let's go ahead and put another set of wood in here. Oh good, this isn't taking as long as I was worried it would. I thought this was going to take forever. Okay, so while this is making, I'll explain to you what a Magnum torch is in case you don't know. The Magnum torch is basically a giant torch that when placed basically makes it so that monsters can't spawn within a 64 block area of where it is placed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place, you know, I probably should actually make extras of these and just place them out around the field area of my base, but they're kind of expensive to make, so, well, I mean, they're not too bad expensive, you know, I mean, I have the ability, but, you know what, I've got the potions. I only need 5 more chandeliers. Let's see, do I have the stuff here? Oh man, I do. I can't not do it when I've got the stuff just in my inventory. Let's just go ahead. I'm weak, what can I say? Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to place these Magnum torches out and around to make it so that enemies don't spawn in this area. Let's see, we're just going to put this one right here. And that will stop all monsters from spawning within a 64 block radius of the Magnum torch. And then, since that's going to be a good bit that way, let's come over here. And no, I didn't actually measure these out. I probably should measure these out, but I just, you know, I'm not going to measure it out on camera. I'll do it after the episode is over, and I'll just move them accordingly to, you know, be where they need to be for that. So with that, we should now have no monsters spawning in the immediate area, and we can stop having these guys beating on my door, and we can stop have skeletons shooting me, and creepers blowing up my stuff. I just don't need to do all that. It's not necessary. Alrighty, so give me just a second. I'm going to run over to the Nether and place the Magnum torch there, and we'll be right back. Oh, by the way, I was just coming back from the Nether, and I wanted to go ahead and turn at night to see how effective the Magnum torches were. And last episode, I showed you guys the imperfect ritual stone, and that it would. Oh no 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 no! Stop! Stop! Don't burn my house down! Stop it! Stop burning my house! Crap! Oh dear. Anyway, what I forgot to mention was that the imperfect ritual stone, when used, takes 5,000 life points out of your soul network. Okay, so when you use it, make sure you have the ability to spare 5,000 points. Because I didn't, and stop burning! Great. Okay, note to self, always keep extra life points in your soul network. And 2, move this stupid ritual thing out from the wooden house. I feel silly now, but that's okay. What was I saying? Right, I was turning at night. It did turn at night. It just struck me dead in the process. So, yay. But on the plus side, I don't really see... Well, actually, it says there's 2 zombies here. They must be down underneath a pretty good ways, because they're way too close to that. It should be fine. Huh. In other words, not growing very fast. I may have to see about that. Perhaps the aggro-carnation really doesn't work on this stuff. If that's the case, what I'll do is I'll just expand it and have a bigger section of netherwort, and then it can grow slowly if it wants to, and it won't make a difference. But either way, we have no monsters, even though I'm dead. Or, no, I am dead. I was dead. I died. And, yeah, that should be fine. Let's see. This stuff can go away. That, and that, and that. The diamonds. Now, when I was in the nether, I went ahead and grabbed some of my miniature red hearts off of the, out of the mob farm. And we're going to go ahead and make some things. Since we're doing upgrades this episode, I want to upgrade my health. Okay? And to do that, I forgot the necrotic bones in the nether. Dadgummit, did I bring any in here at some point? I'm not sure. Let's see. We're going to upgrade our health. To do this, we need to make heart canisters. Heart canisters require the miniature yellow hearts, the miniature red hearts, the necrotic bones, which I have like almost an entire barrel full of, but apparently didn't bring any with me. I have 2 here. I got plenty of. I got the red hearts here, but nope, left the necrotic bones. Oh gosh, give me a second. Let me grab some. Alrighty, that's a little bit better now. I also, by the way, took the opportunity to go ahead and fix my roof while I was, since I had been cut already anyway. So now that that's taken care of, let's go ahead and look into what else we're going to do here. We're going to be upgrading our life. Upgrading our life is going to be done by using the heart canisters from Tinker's Construct, but there we go. Alright, so the heart canisters require the red hearts, which can be dropped by any mob when you kill them. It has a very small percentage chance, but since I've been killing tons and tons of them, I've got red heart canisters just galore. Red miniature red hearts galore, that is. Necrotic bones, which I have tons of. Empty canisters are going to require... When did that happen? Okay, I didn't... That's a new one. Either way, we're going to need some aluminum, which I have plenty of. 16 total. How many yellow canisters do I have? 6. Well, ironic enough right there. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and make these. The jeweled apple is the most expensive part, and this is a painful thing right here. Jeweled apples are apples with 4 diamonds around them. So to make the total of these that we can get, we're going to need 20 jeweled apples, which actually I can only do 16 right now. So yay. Alright, so yeah, that's a lot of diamonds, but the way this is going to work is going to be worth it. So let's go ahead and toss these in here. And we wind up with 10 heart canisters. We're actually going to need the others as well, because we're going to need the other heart canisters to make the yellow heart canisters. The total number of canisters you can use, and these are stored right here by the way, is 10. Okay, you can't use any more of the red heart canisters. However, you can make yellow heart canisters, and yellow heart canisters require the miniature yellow heart, the red heart canister, and and the super golden apple. I forgot about the super golden apple. You know what? What's the worst that can happen? We're auto mining now. Wow, this is... Yeah, we're not going to be able to make all of these. The super golden apples are way too expensive. Oh my. We're going to make a couple of these, but I'm not using all of my gold right now. As more gold becomes available, we will go ahead and make more of these. But for now, yeah, we'll just make the 2 because, holy tar, I've forgotten that the super apples were necessary. Alright, so anyway, each one of these that we make is going to be increasing our health by 1 full heart. Okay, so by increasing it like this, you'll notice that my hearts, well, actually, I haven't eaten, so give me just a second to eat, and we'll be able to see this happen. Now, normally, your hearts fill up, and in half a heart there, now they're full. But now I'm going to continue to regenerate. As you can see, my hearts are now starting to turn golden. Okay, now the 10 heart canisters, and it's basically doubling them up. Instead of showing 2 rows of hearts, it's just changing them a different color to let you know that they have, again, as much. So normally you have 20 health, which is 10 hearts. Okay, by adding the 10 heart canisters, that increases your health from 20 to 40. Okay, and then if I were able to make 10 yellow heart canisters, it would increase it from 40 to 60. But maybe after the auto miner runs a little longer, but I'm just not willing to spend that much right now. So anyway, yeah. So that's what we did there. So now we have, actually, this has actually been a pretty good episode. We have upgraded our ability to get things from the nether without having to go there. We have, cool, it's going up. We've upgraded our health, and we have upgraded our ability to deal with monsters in that the magnum torches have been put out. I'd say that's a pretty good setup. So now, forgot to eat again. Come on, finish regenerating. With basically, when this goes, we're going to have a full set of yellow hearts, and we should have 2 hearts. I think they turn green next. I'm wanting to say they turn green. We'll find out here in just a second. Is there anything else I need to sort? Let's sort some stuff. Come on, a little more. It's green, isn't it? Okay, they turn yellow, then they turn gold. And if you can get it further than that, they will turn green. I know that they turn green. I've done it. And we will be turning them green, given enough time, because there are other ways. Now, you might think that it's through the green heart canisters. However, the green heart canisters, there is no recipe for them, okay? They were added only as a super hardcore thing, and you can add a recipe to the configs if you want to, but in this pack, it does not exist. So they can be made and they can exist if it has been configured to do so, but since we have not, we will not. There will be another way to increase my health even further, but that's a long way down the line. So this has been Upgrades, and I think it's a pretty good episode. So until next time, this is Jeronitis signing off on episode 27 of my Let's Play series. Like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what I get into next, and as always, help spread the gaming.